So what's going on, guys? My name is Mr. Dialect JD, and today we are talking Treyarch 2018. It feels good to be talking about it, and we're talking about something very interesting which has crept up today in the gaming world. And just before we get into it, this is a rumor, so we don't know if this is actually legitimate or not, but this person claiming it has a history of claiming a lot of things which turn out to be true. So please take this with a grain of salt like I am. This would sound amazing, and if this was the case, then I'm very happy, but for now, we just got to treat this as something which we aren't quite sure about, and we'll only really know the true answer in a few months' time, but it's interesting to discuss it anyway. And this comes from someone on Twitter called Marcus Sellars, who's a reviewer, editor, and writer for a few different Nintendo-based websites, mainly sites dedicated to the Switch and to news from Nintendo. But he done a very interesting tweet today relating to Black Ops 4 and Nintendo with this tweet, which reads, COD 2018 is Black Ops 4 and is coming to PS4, Xbox, PC, and Switch. It is set in the modern times and is boots on the ground. The Switch version will support DLC, HD rumble, and motion controls. The Switch version is also being ported by a company which is familiar with COD games. Now this is extremely interesting because this seems like a tweet which, if you're known for having this sort of information with regards to somehow having contacts that give you inside information on what game developers are doing, and especially when he is based all around Nintendo. We're talking about Call of Duty, which is a game which hasn't been on Nintendo platforms for quite a few years. It's definitely very interesting. Now, the last time we saw a Call of Duty game on a Nintendo platform was Black Ops 2 on the Wii U. It was a launch title for the Wii U. I picked up a Wii U on release day as well as a copy of Black Ops 2 on Wii U, and it plays really well. I think graphically, the Wii U was actually a bit more powerful than the Xbox 360, which COD was catered for, so the game actually looks a lot better on Wii U than it does on Xbox and PS3. Black Ops 2 on Wii U was the entire package. It had the campaign, it had multiplayer, and it had zombies as well. Now, it only had one DLC, which was Nuketown. They did add leaderboards to try and add in the DLCs. I remember seeing Die Rise on the leaderboards for Black Ops 2 on Wii U, but that never came to fruition. But at least you can see that Activision are interested in Call of Duty being on Nintendo platforms as it was on the Wii U. It didn't do too great. It didn't sell as much as they expected to, which is why we've probably not seen Call of Duty on Nintendo platforms since then, but there's been countless games on the Nintendo DS, as well as quite a few Call of Duty games on Wii as well, which obviously sold quite well back in the day, so they know that there's a market there, and the Nintendo Switch is a gigantic platform right now. People are loving it, and as you can probably already know, the Nintendo Switch has sold so well, it just seemed like a no-brainer for them to cater to that huge demographic of people that own the Nintendo Switch and perhaps would be interested in playing Call of Duty on it, with the idea that it's portable, which in my opinion is the main reason why the Nintendo Switch is doing so well. Now let's look over the tweet again and look at the big statements that are being said here. It's set in modern times and is boots on the ground. We do know that there was a job listing a little while ago for a job at Treyarch which involved having extreme knowledge of military technology, which gave us the inkling that perhaps it was in modern times, and this is the second thing we've had since then with regards to the idea of it being a modern time. So if it is, that's going to be extremely exciting because we've not really had a modern game in a long time. I do feel like even going back to World War II, I feel like that was great, but I'm ready for a different era, and if it is modern, then I'm going to be extremely happy. And I'm not surprised at all with the boots on the ground statement. I think going forward, Call of Duty is going to stay boots on the ground for a good few years, because as much as people liked the jetpacks, there was a lot more which really didn't. I'm going through the other parts of the statement saying the Switch version is being ported by a company which is familiar with COD games. That I actually would say I believe, because in the past with games on the Nintendo platforms like the Wii and the DS, it's always been Treyarch which has been developing and simply porting the other games over onto the Wii and DS. Games like Modern Warfare 3, I believe Modern Warfare was also remade as well for the Wii, which again was all ported over by Treyarch, but this time it's not Treyarch porting it but a separate company. So I believe that because Treyarch is probably under a lot of stress creating this game already on 3 different platforms, and the idea of creating the game and then having the same team porting that game as well is a lot of effort. And we know that last year with World War II, the PC version was ported over and developed by Raven Software. That doesn't sound far-fetched at all to me that a different company could be doing it, but again, like I said, this should all be taken with a pinch of salt because we don't know the legitimacy of this source, but the guy here, Marcus Sellars, claims that he is not lying and that his information is true, but I guess only time will really tell. But for me personally, I'd love this to be true because I believe that having the game on the Switch is going to be incredible. You can play zombies literally anywhere you want. It would be fantastic. If you ever want to play portable zombies, you're going to need to have quite a beefy laptop as well as a lot of memory on hand to be able to play and run all those different zombies maps, and it's a bit of a finicky thing, but the Switch would be absolutely perfect for portable zombies. You could be on the train, you could be on a plane, and you could easily play zombies. And the way the system works as well, say for instance you go to a high round in zombies or just any other game of the Switch, you're just heavily involved and you're really far into the game and you don't want to just save and quit. With the Switch, you can literally just put it to sleep and the game will resume the exact same state it was at before you put the system to sleep. So this would be great for high rounds as well. It'd be so good and it's portable. And for all the developers which have created Call of Duty, it's always Treyarch which seems the most friendly towards making games for Nintendo platforms and being able to port it over. So I guess only time will tell. But let me know what you think about this down below in the comment section. Do you like the idea of this game being set in modern times with boots on the ground and having a portable version available as well? Do you guys own a Nintendo Switch? And if so, would you buy a version of Black Ops 4 for the Switch? Let me know. Definitely as time's gone on, more third-party developers like EA have seen the popularity of the Switch, and that's why games like FIFA are now on the Switch as well. And we've seen some great ports like LA Noire finally come to Nintendo Switch, so it doesn't seem that far out of the ordinary for these crazy big games to be making their way over. But if it was going to happen, it'd be crazy because Nintendo's not had Call of Duty on their platforms for quite a while, and I think it's time that it makes a return. But let me know what you thought down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, slap a like on it, subscribe as well, because if we hear any more rumours or actual official information from Activision about Treyarch's next game, which we believe to be Black Ops 4, then you can find it here on the channel. But thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.